Hi guys, it's Melanie, and today I have a review for you of the Yankee Candle Home Classics in Cannoli Cream Puff. I grabbed this candle at my local Burlington coat factory. I used to never go there, ever. And then I noticed a lot of people were grabbing candles from there that were really hard to find at other stores. And lo and behold, when I went to my Burlington coat factory, they had a ton of very specific candles that I've been looking for quite some time, and just a lot of other brands that the TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Marshalls didn't necessarily carry. So I know that this is one of those coveted candles that a lot of people are really interested in, and so I went ahead and grabbed 3 when I saw them this past summer. I want to say that they were like $8.99 each or something. Where are the price tags? I think they're on the bottom. Hang on one second. I paid $7.99 for this, so it was pretty darn cheap. I also have to say that the candles at Burlington are a little bit cheaper than they are even at TJ Maxx and Home Goods sometimes. But let's go ahead and get into this guy here. So the Cannoli Cream Puff is a fragrance that I believe was only released in the Home Classics line. And typically I see these Home Classics candles at, most notably, I would say probably Target. So they're kind of an offshoot of Yankee Candle. This wax is not their traditional paraffin wax. It's their smooth wax. And from what I recall, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like most of these Home Classics candles have the smooth wax. At least that's what I remember from looking at them at Target. The vast majority seem to have this smooth wax. I don't know when this candle was released, how long it was around for. I was able to find the wax melts for it on the Yankee Candle website at one point this past summer. It was like during the semi-annual sale, but now they don't carry anything from this fragrance, at least at the last time that I checked. So this is a 2-wick candle, and it is their like classic tumbler style. This is the lid down here, so I just have it sitting on the lid because I don't have a candleish up here right now. But you can see that this candle is struggling a little bit with the burn. This is my 3rd burn of this candle, and it has a hard time pulling out. I've never had that problem with the smooth wax before, but it's really struggling, you guys. I have had to take a little bit of wax out of here to try to give the flames a little bit of room to actually exist. Because, I mean, the flames were so small, I could even barely tell that it was still lit. So I took a little bit of wax out, but yeah, so this is the 3rd burn here. So what you're seeing is kind of a mess in terms of like the performance. There has been no sooting, but that's, I think, mostly due to the fact that it hasn't really had a chance to like get a high flame. I was honestly a little bit nervous to actually light this candle because the last tumbler with the smooth wax that I burned destroyed one of my walls in the bathroom with soot. I let it go, and there were black marks all up the wall. I had to like repaint that section of the wall. It was really bad. So I was really hesitant about this, but I mean, it's obviously doing good so far. It's certainly not going to be leaving black streaks anywhere with those tiny little flames. So performance overall for this candle, I would definitely give it like 2 thumbs down at this point, because there is but wax that's collected on the side. It doesn't really ever get a super deep wax pool. It's maybe 1/4 of an inch. And that's the deepest that it's been during the 3 burns that I've had. So burn performance is a little bit of a letdown for me. I don't know if the 1 wicks are any better, because I do know that some people pick this up in a 1 wick. I don't know if that's any better in terms of burn performance, but the 2 wick here is a little bit of a bummer. Let's talk about the smell though. This is one of those candles that is very like divisive in that either people love or they hate the scent. I actually do love the fragrance. I feel like it smells like the inside cream custard filling from a cannoli. It really is not super crazy sweet, but it has that hint of chocolate with that creamy custard filling fragrance to it. It's very nice. It's not overpowering. It's not sour in any kind of way. It's just very creamy. I don't really get like a ton of like a classic vanilla type note to this. It really just smells like a creamy custard with a hint of like milk chocolate whipped into it, if that makes sense. So the picture that you see on the front, which is a cannoli cream puff, is really a very accurate representation of what you're going to smell in this candle. It's a really nice fragrance. I would give the strength of this candle probably a 6. 6 might be a little bit generous, but I can definitely smell it. It's actually better than most of my Yankee candles, so that's kind of saying a lot, despite these tiny little flames that you just saw. So yeah, I would give the strength right around a 6. The throw is probably a 6 as well. It really doesn't throw much outside of my office space here. This is going to be a good candle for smaller rooms, like a bedroom, or, I mean, I don't know if you want like a cannoli smell in your bathroom, but I feel like the strength of this is perfect for a bathroom candle. I suppose if you covered up the label, someone might just have like visions of like sweet vanilla type fragrance going through their mind when they smell this. Like I said, I don't get a ton of that classic vanilla scent that you normally get in candles, but I think if someone didn't know what this was, they would probably immediately go to vanilla. But it is that very smooth custard and milk chocolate scent that you're getting with this. So anyway, I'm glad that I grabbed the ones that I did. I'm thinking that if this doesn't correct itself in some kind of way, I may relegate this to the warmer and see how it does on there. My hope is that it corrects itself, because I would rather have like the ambiance of the candle burning, but I am thinking of investing in a candle crock pot in January sometime, and if I put it in there, that might work really well. Just because there is a ton of wax left in here. You can see the wax started out like way up. I guess you can't see that. It started out way up here, so it's gone down a fair amount. But it is still a pretty full candle. The net weight on this is 22 ounces, by the way. So, you know, I like it. I don't think I'm going to grab any more. I'm glad that I have the backups that I do. I think I'll probably just keep one as like, you know, this is kind of like a really sought after type of candle. So just for being able to say, oh, I have one, which is dumb. But, you know, like if you're a collector of things, you kind of get where I'm coming from with that. But overall, 2 thumbs up. I do like this candle. I wish the performance was a little bit better. I'm glad I have the ones that I do. But honestly, if you are someone who's thinking of buying one of these guys, like on eBay or like Amazon or whatever, unless you get a crazy good deal, and I'm talking like somewhere in like the $10 to $12 range with shipping, I really don't think that I would go out of my way to get a hold of it. So that's just my opinion. But, you know, by all means, if you want to go search it out and spend a ton of money on it, you know, I'm sure you'll like it. It's a nice fragrance. It's just not going to be a huge, like, winner performance-wise, if that makes sense. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me any questions down below. And by the way, if you celebrate Merry Christmas Eve today, I hope that you all have a beautiful Christmas tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.